And welcome to yet another episode of Money Mouth. You are here with John B. Eazy, Durnell, and of course with me is Duke Thompson. Duke, how we doing?
We're doing excellent, my friend. That's right. Money Mouth, if you're still sticking with us, we're making you money, people.
We are
That's
making
why,
you money.
Listen to us. We will make you money. Speaking of, let's talk about that. How much money we made.
We did do a good job. What were we, 8-5 this week?
Actually, we were 8-4-1.
Oh, we
realize
had a push.
now we had to have that push. We got to count the push. It's like a tie in hockey, people. Don't freak out. I don't like to count them, but they are pushes, so I decided to include that this week. So we went 8-4-1. Overall, we are 37-28 with 2 pushes. Unfortunately, our parlays is 0-5, but hey, you know, we've been close.
It's absurd. We keep winning certain games. We need to put those games into our parlay each time.
It's like we win 8 games and we can't pick we can pick 2 out of 3, but that third one is just a little bit difficult for us for some reason. I don't understand. But fortunately, your side bet did not go well this week with Vanderbilt.
Come on, man. Vanderbilt won, but how they not have enough to get that extra point?
7 points, my friend.
That's all they did 6. They just I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I know.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Good news, your lock of the week pulled through, and my lock of the week did not. So you are 4-1. I am 4-1 in lock of the weeks. Still damn good average, my friend. We started off the week at $111.45. We finished the week at $117.57. We profit of $6.12, my friend, after 5 weeks of football. So if you're putting some real money on that, you'd have like.
Wait a second. We have more than that. I mean, was that just on that week, or altogether we're up $6?
Oh, altogether we're up $15.10.
There you go. So that's out of 5 weeks of work. So you know what? At that point, we're making what, $3 a week?
If you were putting real money on it, like $100, then yes,
they could be sitting on $300-$400 extra.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're doing that, we encourage you, and we also take donations. So please, send us some money so we can bet on it too. Because we believe in ourselves too. I'm wearing my lucky MGM hat. We're winners over here. So that's right, man. We are at 37-28-2. We are killing it. Because you know why? We know football. Speaking of knowing football, man.
You know what? I'm ashamed of myself because I forgot Arkansas State has that coach whose wife passed away. That I shouldn't have bet against him with that Troy bet. That's my fault.
That's that emotional stuff.
I know, man. I wasn't thinking about that. So now this next week they have 7 points on Georgia State. So we're going to have to talk about that one because I think they might come at him again. But
let's go. Let's start with our hometown, my friend.
Hometown
of SEC football.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Vanderbilt and Ole Miss.
No, not yet. Well, home state. I apologize to say hometown.
All right.
Our home state with the University of Tennessee. Now, we know they're a dumpster fire, which is hilarious because they're already calling for the head of the coach, Pruitt, which I find hilarious.
Well, why wouldn't they?
They're just horrible fans. That's why. And that's what they get for everything they deserve. But Georgia, number 3 in the nation, has come into town to Neyland Stadium, and enough alcohol could not fill the void in their hearts when Georgia, I believe, will beat them by 25.
Yeah, I'm going to tend to agree with you there, even though Tennessee is at home in Neyland Stadium. I think Georgia is going to come in there with a little bit of fury. The only thing that could slow down this bet would be weather, I think. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be, but that's the only thing I could even see making it so that this wouldn't actually go in our favor here. And right now it doesn't tell us the weather at all for the area. So Don't know, man. I don't know.
I
So
know it's
either
gonna be
way,
hot. It's
I
gonna
mean,
be
it
hot.
doesn't. It
That's it.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Either way, I say Georgia's probably going to get that, and we'll be fine with that bet. I mean, when Tennessee has seen real competition, they haven't scored but only 3 points against Florida. And now, again, that was in the swamp, but still, I don't see them putting a lot on this offense or putting a lot on the defense, and it's going to make the other side's offense be on the field for too long. I think things will get out of hand.
Speaking of another SEC team that might get out of hand is LSU versus Utah State. I feel that since LSU is number 5 in the nation, they're trying to get to number 4. So all you got to do is pad that resume. And apparently the quarterback is a hot prospect for the Titans next year, even though the kid hasn't seen a real defense yet. But since he hasn't seen a real defense yet, I feel like he could light Utah State up. LSU is at 27.5, man. I like the kid. I'm riding that train to some cupcake games.
I don't know, man.
I feel like 27. Do you think it's a trap?
It might be a trap game. Utah State is 3-1 right now, and they've only lost to Wake Forest by 3 points, so they kept it close. Now, I'm not saying that Wake Forest is anywhere near as good as LSU, but we are looking at LSU is going to have to put up 26, 27. So they're going to have 4 touchdowns on them to get that done.
Do you think the defense could shut the offense down from Utah State?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm looking at Utah State's offense, and they're scoring quite a bit. I mean, even when they didn't do too well on the road in San Diego, they still put up 23. Now, that's not to say that they're going to put up that much against LSU, but they could at least get, a wiry 14. So if they get a crazy 14, if they get a crazy 14, I mean, LSU has been putting about 60 on people. That's still not enough. Yeah, let's go LSU. Let's go LSU on that one. I feel safe.
LSU, baby. Because like I said,
I was forgetting LSU was putting 60 on people. Like they're coming at people hard. So even if it's 60-14, we got that covered.
Well, because they talk about how this kid is like a genius down at LSU. So I think he's going to buy that train, that confidence train over over Utah State. So I like that pick. How about you? Does any games catch your interest from the SEC?
Well, I mean, there's definitely the game of the week as far as the SEC is concerned with Auburn and Florida. The game is taking place in Florida, yet Auburn is favored to win.
Only by 3, and that's weird. That's pretty much what they give to the home team.
But they're not the home team, so
exactly.
So they're pretty much giving them the idea that it's basically them winning by 6. They think Auburn is like at least a touchdown better than Florida. And I'm willing to probably believe that. But in a game like this in the SEC and this far into the season, you kind of have to give it to the home team, right? Because the home team hasn't lost yet, and the team is going to be coming out, I mean, especially with the fans. There's always a crap game. This could be their crap game, and this could be Florida's to win.
Florida is still a dangerous team. Auburn right now is number 7 in the nation, and Florida's only number
right
10.
Behind at 10. And there's nothing worse than a team that believes in themselves.
You can always just shuffle between 5 and 10, man. I mean, you really start nitpicking, like, you start going low and low. You're like, you could really put Florida at 6. You can put them at 6. You can put Auburn at 5. Really, because you're outside of the playoffs. So you really got to prove something.
Also, Auburn's quarterback has only been on the road one time thus far this year, and they beat Texas A&M. And it was 28-20. But, Texas A&M came roaring back at the end. It was just Auburn had a start and just kind of didn't let them, get a chance back at it. But plus, I don't think Texas A&M is quite as good as Florida. So I think Florida's not going to take that, we're going to get hit in the mouth immediately and fall asleep. So I think Florida can probably get this one done.
I like Florida. I like Auburn. It's in the swamp. The
Right.
swamp is a
Well, that's what I'm saying.
dangerous
Like,
place, man.
we're talking about kids out here. These are 18, 19-year-old kids. They're down there in Florida. The women are sexier. They might be distracted. So we're going to go with – there might have been some distractions in Tallahassee, and these boys might not be ready to go on that beautiful Saturday afternoon in the heat.
That's right, my friend. So we got Florida.
There's also one more
which one?
SEC game. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. Why not, man? Why not?
Why not? Why not, man?
Because clearly Vanderbilt don't have no damn pride.
Vanderbilt, man, no pride.
Ole Miss at least tried to do something with Alabama. They put up 31, and when they played Cal, they put up 20 and lost to them in a close one. Even though we now learned Cal's not true, but I think Ole Miss is only getting better and trying to play harder. I just don't really feel like Vanderbilt's narrow escape of Northern Illinois makes me have any kind of confidence in them. So I think Ole Miss is going to kind of come at them because they just got beat bad by Alabama. It's only 7, so I think they can get at least 10.
Oh. Yeah, actually, I just have no faith in Vanderbilt right now.
Especially on the road, dude.
The conference had coach too. They really haven't been the same. Young quarterback. They're just getting smacked around. I think that on the road is not going to help. Even if this was at Vanderbilt Stadium,
you don't think they could do it in Commodore Stadium?
I don't know, man. Commodore Stadium. Oh, Mississippi. I gotta agree with you on that. That's just my gut says that they just won't. I can see 10-14 easily.
Jesus. You said 10-14. Like, you even upped it more. I said at least 10. You're like, I can see 10-14. Heck, again, Vanderbilt doesn't have a lot of, pride, it seems, especially in the losses they've been taking.
No, they haven't. Let's see now. A team that we were talking about earlier, man, was Ohio State. They're smacking bitches around like it ain't no crime.
It's true. It's true. But they're going against Michigan State, who just popped into the top 25, I think, again. They fell out of it by losing to Arizona State. They made their way back in. I don't really believe a lot in them, especially because they lost to Arizona State at home. And they're about to go to Ohio State. But Ohio State, was it 21 or 20 and a half?
Right now it sits at 20.
At 20?
Yeah, I believe. Let me look. Trying to do 2 things at once over here. Should be more prepared. Here we go.
I'll tell you, man, Michigan State's going to be real inspired, but even the closest game that they've had thus far this year, they still won by 24 points. But no one's been ranked. They haven't seen any ranked competition at all yet. And even ranked 25. That's still ranked competition.
Listen, man, we know the truth about maybe from 15 to 25 when it comes to ranking. We got these bottom teams jumping in and out of 10, 25, 24, 23 all the time.
But you're
Michigan
asking
State.
But this is a rival. It's a rival team trying to they're going to try to keep it competitive, right?
They're going to try to, but it's at the horseshoe, man.
All right, dude, let's go. We'll go with it. Buckeyes. We'll take the Buckeyes on this, man.
I'm sorry, but like we talked about, they're smacking people around like it ain't nothing.
They really have been, dude. I'm not saying you're not right, but I'm just saying they haven't also seen any ranked competition. But again, you're right. It's only top 20.
Is 25
it's only
really ranked?
I know.
Like, I think that we should even go back and just say top 10 only.
All right.
Like that's it, man. If you're out of the top 10, you don't matter, man. Let's just get to a straight playoff, people. 8 teams. Like
All
the
right,
NFL could do it. We could
some
do
of
it.
these teams enjoy their rankings.
I know. We need bowl
Speaking of,
games so people can feel good about themselves.
it's true. It's true. Speaking of rankings, a team that won it for us, I believe, this last week, Oklahoma State.
Okay, SU won it for us. Hell yeah, dude. They had some
They,
pride.
they're now going on the road to Texas Tech, and Texas Tech actually has been looking pretty atrocious, except for their gimme games. Other than that, they've looked really bad, and they're only expecting Oklahoma to win by I just lost it right there. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is, by 9.5. I think they can do 10. I want to go Oklahoma State on there because Texas Tech has not seemed to figure out how to play real competition as far as I've seen on their schedule.
Actually, my bookie says is 10 points, not 9.
Damn, dude, they did us dirty like that.
So, I mean, I still feel good. Even it might be a push.
Well, we probably get a push on it because at the worst, because, again, dude, Texas Tech lost to Oklahoma 55-16. They also lost to Arizona 28-14. And, homie, that's Arizona. So, now, again, both of those games were on the road for them. But I just don't know if at home they're going to do much better because they haven't – well, you know what? Shit. We are talking about a team that is only ranked 21st.
I mean, like you say, Will. I mean, like
Texas Tech. That one's a tough one. You know what, dude? Let's go Texas Tech. I'm feeling a little wiry on this one because again,
let's go, man.
Let's go wiry because again, I think Texas Tech is going to try to keep it close. It's a rivalry game.
That's right, man. All righty, man. And on that note, it's a good time for us to take a break. We got our first 6 picks in. We'll be coming back with another 6, a parlay, maybe a side bet if Be Easy feels a little frisky over there.
I don't know if I'm feeling frisky this week. The bookies are getting their shit together.
They're getting their shit together, man, because we know who they are now. And on that note, we'll see you on the other side. Man, we're out. And welcome back to the Money Mouth Show, the show that makes you money. Yes, gambling is a good thing if you're good at it. And
it's true. It's true.
Makes you money, better than the stock market. You just got to believe in yourself. And we at Money Mouth believe in ourselves because we put our money where our mouth is.
It's true. So far, we've put $21 of our money.
That's right. And we're not millionaires here, okay? Fumaruski Sports gives us a nice budget, but let's just say we're not dropping $50,000 like that guy did on the Titans game. That was unreal. Got 95 altogether, people. So if you can do that, listen to us and give us donations because we do accept donations. So, John, you were looking at the Purdue and Penn State game, weren't you?
Yes, I was. And, I mean, how could we not? Penn State, other than Pittsburgh, a rival team that they always have trouble with, they have been just tearing through teams like there's nobody's business. Now, Purdue is 1-3. They're going to Penn State. Penn State has to just get 4 touchdowns more on them. And I think they've been playing with just a fury. They want to be considered a team in the top rankings, and they got to beat people like this, and they got to beat them badly. So I think they're going to go at Purdue pretty hard.
I like this pick. Purdue, Penn State, we've gone with them a bunch of times in the earlier season. They have covered. I believe the only time they didn't cover one time, but it was still close.
Oh, no, it was close. But the one time that we stayed away from it altogether was that Pittsburgh game, or at least we should have. Or if we didn't, we were wrong.
That's right. I like Penn State on this one. You're right. 28 points really at home. They want to prove themselves. Purdue. Who are you, Purdue? Drew Brees ain't there no more. So let's go Penn State. Another game you're looking at.
Well, it's
which
Iowa at Michigan.
Yeah, man. This is interesting, though, Johnny.
It is because Iowa's undefeated.
Iowa, yeah, they're undefeated. They're ranked 14, and they're going into Michigan as a 4.5-point underdog. Now, Michigan barely got by Army this year.
Right. Well, Iowa barely got by Iowa State, but that's a rival game.
That's a rival game. They see each other every year. We know what rivalries do.
But other than that, they have been beating teams pretty handily. Now, again, they were all at home, so this is going to be their very first road test besides that Iowa State shenanigans. Now, Michigan, they did have their one very horrible defeat to Wisconsin on the road. They got beat pretty well. But this time they're going to be at home, and I don't think Iowa's going to be able to last this time. I think this is where they're going to get their first loss. And I think Michigan might put up more than 5 extra on them.
Do you think Michigan's starting to get their pride back?
I don't think they're getting their pride back. I just think that this is a game that they can't lose. They beat – I guess, they barely beat Army. And and you know what? Hold on. Here's our real test because they've both played – guess who? MTSU. Now, since
MTSU Blue Raiders.
They've both played them. Now, when Michigan played them, they beat them 40-21. Now, when Iowa played them, they beat them 48-3. So let's go Iowa. Actually, let's do that. Let's go.
Iowa. Hoo.
How do you feel on the Iowa bet?
I like Iowa, man, because I just don't believe in Michigan. I think Michigan's 19th because they should be out of the top 25, actually.
They lost to Wisconsin, who seems to be a true team, but they did lose to them badly. But I think Iowa –
But when you can't get past Army at home and
they still won.
21. Was it like 21-20?
It was 21-24, something like that. It was a close game. But
Clemson went to overtime, I believe.
Clemson barely beat North Carolina recently. And
but with Clemson, Clemson has not slipped as much as Michigan has. And for as much as Harbaugh has been talking about that team and trying to build it up, it's like, dude, you're 19th in the nation. You haven't got past Ohio State. You should be competing for a national championship. You want to be a Michigan man, Harbaugh. You need to bring your Michigan men back. And I'm looking at you, Rich Allen, and I pound the desk and saying this team is not very good. I believe in Iowa.
All right. Fair enough.
Iowa has just more to prove with a little chip on their shoulder, man. You're underdogs and you're ranked 14th going to their house. I think a lot of public money is going to come on Iowa.
I'm just waiting for when the last week of the games when Ohio State sees Michigan. We'll see what kind of Michigan there is by the time we get there. All right, let's see. What other games are we thinking? Do we want to take a dip into some of these more interesting conferences? Like the Sun Belt.
Ooh, it's a little sunny in the Sun Belt.
Well, in the Sun Belt, we've got games like Arkansas State seeing Georgia State. Now, Georgia State, as we do know,
State, my friend.
Georgia State did do the unthinkable of beating Tennessee to start off the season. Now, since then, though, they have lost to Western Michigan pretty badly. They lost to them 57-10, which really shows you where Tennessee stands. And then they also lost a close one in triple overtime to Texas State. Now, Arkansas State is coming in there with 7 points favored. Now, Arkansas State also has just recently beat Troy on the road. They beat them by 7. The only game that I would say was a tough loss for them was when they lost to SMU to start the season. They lost to them by 7 points. So other than that, they got beat by Georgia, but that was kind of expected. So, I mean, I'm at this point in time, I'm leaning towards Arkansas State putting together a good game and winning it by maybe more than that 7.
Ooh, let me see. Arkansas State. And who are they playing again? I'm sorry.
Georgia State. You know them as the team that beat Tennessee to start the season.
Yes, Georgia State. And they still trolling Tennessee, which is just hilarious. Just because, yeah, that's a little stain on your jersey there, Tennessee. You act like you're somebody, but you're still nobody's. And the Vanderbilt is probably going to beat Tennessee this year, but we'll watch for that for the end of the year. Arkansas State is going into Georgia State, and Georgia State is an underdog.
Mm-hmm.
And you like Arkansas State, huh?
Yeah, I do. Mainly because they went and beat Troy in Troy, and they scored 50.
Also, they have some emotional baggage there too.
I think right now I think this is a team on an emotional run. And I'm willing to back an emotional run team.
Yes, I mean we've seen Super Bowls being won with emotions. I'm looking at you, the bus retiring crap. Got to win one for him. John Elway crap. So I do believe in emotions. I do believe in all that goodness. I can't even think of the word right now, but momentum coming in this game at the last week. I like Arkansas State. A game that's off the rails that I just want to talk to you about.
Off the rails?
Air Force versus Navy, man.
Jesus.
Air Force. This is all a fucking Naval Academy versus our Air Force Academy, man.
All right.
2.5 favorite for Air Force on the road at Navy.
Well, the Air Force has always been known as, the better football team. Well, yes, the triple option, but they were always the better football team of the academies. They've kind of always been that. Recently, though, I believe, is it Army or Navy that's actually been – well, and maybe the Navy's been doing pretty well.
I mean, Army did go into Michigan and, lost only by 3.
Yeah, so they're starting to figure it out more. But now it's a clash between the two. Navy recently just won against only Holy Cross in Eastern Carolina. So I'd have to lean towards the Air Force, man. They've just always been the better football team. So I think they can do that.
I like Air Force.
Yeah.
To cover by 3. I like Air Force to cover by a touchdown. I mean, look, it's probably going to be a field goal it
might be a push for us.
Might be a push. But I like Air Force. That's right. On Money Mouth, we go to gamble on games that the big boys are just, quite frankly, scared to put the money on because they act like they know everything. But we take great pride at going and making money where these little teams need support too. Arkansas States need support. Your Georgia States, your Army, Navy games.
Or even your Old Dominion and Western Kentucky.
I mean, we can go Western Kentucky and Old Dominion. I actually met Old Dominion one time when I was working at a fancy hotel downtown. They were playing Vanderbilt. I wish those guys good luck because they're building something special because that year they beat Vanderbilt. It was hilarious.
Wow. Well, a lot of people have beaten Vanderbilt.
But Old Dominion, man, I don't even think the football program has been in existence that long.
Well, they've only won one game thus far this year at Norfolk. They beat Norfolk State. But other than that, they lost a pretty bad game to Virginia Tech. Then they lost to Virginia. And then they lost to East Carolina and a close one at home. They're at home again, this time with Western Kentucky coming in. And I think they're going to beat Western Kentucky. I'm just going out on a limb here. I want to put some money on Old Dominion.
I like Old Dominion, man. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Yeah, we're looking at you, Bowling Green. I've been to Bowling Green. Ain't much there. So
That's very true.
I'm gonna go with. I like Old Dominion, man. They've always just had a soft spot in my heart, and I think
Well, I'm not going for any soft spots. I'm just saying that they seem to have been playing good football. So let's see.
Well, you know what, man? Sometimes it is about emotion, man, and I just feel my emotions just want to weep up and say they're going to whoop the shit out of Western Kentucky because they got more pride at home than 3 points. No, I mean, they may only win by 2, but hey, it's a good bet because, like I say, even if they lose by 2 or 1, like, we still win, and that's all that matters. That we believe that Western Kentucky cannot beat Old Dominion by 3 points.
That is true. That is true.
Let's see, 1, 2. Let's see how many games we got. So 6. And then we have 2 more games, my friends. What's catching your interest?
2 more games. Well, I didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, but we have to go there because we ain't scared, man. No scared money makes no money. Remember that.
Hey, look, that's fine. Well, there's Oregon State and UCLA. Now,
Oregon State and UCLA. Now, UCLA came out of nowhere and scored 60 points. I mean,
then they didn't do that or even get close to it the very next week. So,
yeah. So Chip Kelly, likes, I don't know what he did or what kind of vitamins he gave his team, but
something happened at halftime.
It didn't work out the next week. So how do you feel about this one?
Well, here's the thing. Oregon State has always been a terrible football team. They recently lost to Stanford at home. The only team they've beaten so far is Cal Poly. So that's, again, the team they brought in to beat because they even went to Hawaii and actually lost there. But they only lost by 3. I think UCLA, as bad as they are going to still at least try to win this one because they haven't won any other ones. And this might be the only game that they win for a little while. So let's go with UCLA on that one. I think Chip Kelly will find his magic for a terrible team.
At home, y'all. At home, UCLA, Oregon State.
If this was up in Oregon, I'd say they would probably lose, but this is at least, going to be at the Rose Bowl.
Yes. Yes, it is. Speaking of another crazy game that we're just going to throw out there, don't know if you want to talk about, but Boise State versus University of Nevada at Las Vegas. Boise State 16, and they are favored.
I don't know, man.
This is a late game, man.
It's a late game, and there's a lot of distractions in Nevada, and the spread is pretty big. So I don't
Boise State,
but I mean,
24 points. I like Vegas, though, dude.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. I don't.
We'll stay away then.
Because when you look at UNLV, man, if you look at their games that they've played. Granted, they got blown away by Wyoming on the road and Northwestern on the road. Heck, dang, they got beaten by Arkansas State at home. You know what, dude? The only game they've beaten somebody was Southern Utah at home.
Hey, we're not saying they got beaten somebody. We're just saying is Boise State going to cover 24 points?
I think they might, man. I mean, Wyoming put over almost 40 on them. And then they lost to Northwestern. Here's the thing. When they were at home against Arkansas State. Now, again, that's a team playing for something different, but they still beat them by 30. Yeah, I think Boise State can do it. I think Boise State over UNLV. Because plus, the next week, UNLV is playing Vanderbilt. So that might be their game that they actually, can compete. They might just lay down to Boise.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. We can actually be betting on that one. I look forward to betting on that one. UNLV versus Vanderbilt Commodores. So number 16 by 24, huh? I like that. Boise State, man. Those blue tough people up there. Number 16, I mean, the nation. I mean, yeah, 24 points. That's respect by Vegas because they know their own team. I mean, look at this way. University of Nevada is just right off the strip. So
It is very
these
close.
bookies should know that. They should know Las Vegas, and they should know that their team sucks.
Wow.
So, wow. It's right, my friends. And speaking of, let's go over these picks real fast for you. So let's get the show on the road, man. We picked Penn State to cover 28 points. We picked Texas Tech to beat the spread on 10 points. We chose Arkansas State over Georgia State to cover the spread 7. We believe Iowa will beat the spread at 4.5. LSU to cover 27.5. Air Force to cover 2.5. Georgia to cover 25. UCLA to cover 5.5. Old Dominion underdogs beat the spread by 3. Florida, is going to beat the spread at 3. Ohio State's going to cover. Mississippi will cover. And, of course, Boise State's going to cover. So those are our picks. How you feel our parlay, man?
Ooh.
We've been close, man. We've been close. We're getting 2 out of 3 people. Okay? We just need one more just to plug it in, man. We can get 2. Can we get that 3rd this week?
All right. Well, I guess one of them just might as well do. Gosh, I mean, the most confident I probably feel is Penn State trouncing Purdue. I mean, I feel very confident that that's going to happen.
You like Penn State, okay?
I mean, dude, they're going to go at Purdue. I mean, there's almost no way they won't. The way that they've been playing these other teams. Other than that, dude, I mean, I guess Georgia with Tennessee.
Georgia at Tennessee for Georgia to wipe the shit out of fucking I like that.
And I mean, I know it'd keep everything in the SEC, but I would say either we'd go Ohio State with their Michigan State game or Ole Miss Vanderbilt. Either one of those I feel fairly confident in.
I go Mississippi, Penn State, and Georgia.
All right.
That'll be our parlay. Let me get these bets in real fast. Let's see. So we went Arkansas State, Old Dominion, Penn State, Mississippi.
All right. Getting those bets put in.
Yes. Someone tell what the parlay is real fast. 1 second.
Parlay.
Alrighty, and a little bit after the math. We do have the parlay now. 3 picks, Mississippi, Georgia, and Penn State. That's right. We bet 350. We could win 20-35, Johnny boy, which would put us in good contention for the rest of the season.
Well, I mean, it'll at least help when the bets get to $4 each. That's for sure.
It's helping. It's helping. That gives us 5 games right there, people. 5 games. Do you have a lock of the week this week, my friend?
You know what? It's a rough week to try to find a lock, but if I had to give us one, I'd probably go with the very first game that I think that we even called, and that was going to be
good old Penn State.
The Penn State game, yeah, or at least as far as this round of parlay bets, I'll probably go Penn State's probably our best bet as far as a team that's going to, get the job done most likely at home.
I agree with you there, but my pick is going to have to be, for some reason, man, I just love Georgia smacking the shit out of UT. So
I think that's personal. I think you're getting personal again.
Getting personal, man. You know what? I get personal, but hey, Georgia's going to make it personal. That's what they do.
It's a rivalry game.
Alrighty, man, Johnny boy, and also too, if you love Money Mouth, which you do, please subscribe to the Famuski Sports. Hit that like button, comment, which all the kids are saying. You can find us also with the Moose on the Ricky Williams trilogy, which is a show where we just discuss, well, NFL mostly.
Right, and we'll have to discuss why we were so bad this week, but that'll be something we'll have to talk about.
Maybe we're just going to say it's rigged, but catch that this week. Money Mouth will drop on Tuesdays. Check out for the Ricky Williams to drop on Thursdays. On social media, we're everywhere because you got to be, right, Johnny boy?
It's true, man.
Where can they find us on social media?
Well, I mean, if they want to
Ricky
find
Williams
us
trilogy.
on the Ricky Williams trilogy, yes, they can find us on YouTube. They can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and just, follow us wherever we might live. That's one way to find us as well. I live in LA, and, the Duke lives in Seattle, so it should be very easy to find us.
Well, yeah. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. That might be an HLAC. I don't know.
Those are two large cities. It's going to probably be pretty hard to find us. But
yes, I know. With the crazy internet fans today.
Probably harder for them to find me than you, but whatever.
Oh, yes.
Both places
probably
have terrible traffic, so I don't think anybody's going to be wanting to take that journey to find us anyway.
No, my friend. That's right. Please subscribe, like, comment, and remember, scared money makes no money.
It's true, man. It's true. Well, go Chiefs.
Go Titans.